Hi guys, it is RSC3. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today, I am going to give you some ideas on what to do with visitor cabins in Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So the thing with visitor cabins in this game, you're pretty free to do what you want with them. Of course, outside of visitor requirements for visitors to your island. But this video is more to show you what to do with your empty cabins or just some ideas to do, because there are literally so many cabins that we have here, and it is not possible for a visitor to take up every single cabin in this island. So hopefully this video will help you get some ideas on what to do with some of your empty cabins you have in your island. So here's one thing that I think about when I'm decorating my cabins. I'm trying to think if this was really a real island that people can visit, like what would they want in an island? And I know that's not exactly what happens in this game, but that's kind of the mindset I have when building this. I'm just kind of building it around other visitors, and I'm thinking, you know, when I turn this game off, my visitors are visiting these cabins. That's kind of the idea I put in my head. I do know that that's not the same thing for everybody, but this is just how my brain works and how I came up with these ideas. The first cabin I'm going to introduce you to is my steam room, sauna room. I actually have a mixture between the Sunshine Elevation and the steam furniture. But of course, you can just use the steam furniture if you did not participate in the Sunshine Celebration. But one good thing about Hello Kitty Island Adventure is the events always come back. But this is one idea, to create a spa. And I'm thinking in my head, well, you know, it is an island. Who wouldn't want a spa to come visit during their very stressful days? And of course, I probably should have put this in Mount Hothead for Retsuko, since she's the most stressed. But it is currently in Seaside Resort. So yes, this is definitely one idea that is not meant for any character specifically, but just something to have. So my next cabin I'm going to show y'all is my cafe, and I actually have to credit my friend for this one because I went to their island recently and saw they had a bunch of food in their cabin, and I'm like, why in the world do I not have a cabin like that? But of course, Hello Kitty does have her cafe, and theoretically everybody can go there, but what if her cafe's too busy? That was my idea. Like, you can't off-put all that on Hello Kitty, so I decided to create a cabin to kind of help her out with her busyness schedule. But this is what that looks like. And of course, I utilized the cafe furniture, obviously, and one jamboree item. Although I will say the cashier was kind of optional. There's not really a whole lot of that in the game when it comes to little stores. But this is definitely an idea that can be used in any cabin. You don't, this is not, once again, this is not for a specific character. This is just because to have it. Thinking like, if Hello Kitty's too busy, I still want my visitors to be able to get their food. So this is kind of, you know, for them, if they want food, at least in my imagination. A lot of this game is utilizing your imagination, so a lot of it's not literal. But of course, I was really happy with how this turned out. So my next room I'm going to show you is my customization room, or, well, I call it my sewing room for short, but it is in here. Once again, folks, this room isn't designed for anybody specifically, but my idea was if visitors don't have these customization options in their cabins, they could come here and customize it here, because I did not put customizer tools in every single cabin. So another idea is one that I just had recently. I know I released a video of me decorating these cabins on camera, but that is to make a character-specific cabin. And by characters, I mean like the residents. Hello Kitty, Tuxedo Sam, My Melody, Waifu Piano, etc. I got this idea because I saw that there were stuffies of specific characters, and I saw that people were setting up rooms because, you know, the My Melody furniture, for example. But then I thought, well, why doesn't every character have this? But instead of waiting around for furniture that may or may not come, I just decided to build to what I think their aesthetics are. And I'll give you an example. So let's use Batsmaru. He's pretty easy to kind of figure out. So what does Batsmaru like? He likes fish, he likes comics, he likes superheroes, all of that. So this is what I came up with for him. As you can see, I just used the Fwishing furniture. I have his comic book, Ultimate Comic Book collection. And of course, this teddy bear from the Give and Gather celebration. But yeah, I've been thinking if Batsmaru had a cabin to go to at night to hang out in, this would be something I would expect him to like. Of course, your ideas may be different from mine, but this is just an example, and it is one of my favorites, actually. Mainly because I like Batsmaru. He's just super chill. I love him. Usually when I am considering these character cabins, I also think about placements. Like, I wouldn't put Retsuko's cabin on Seaside Resort. My Melody's cabin is with her friends. But Batsmaru was over there because Batsmaru doesn't have any visitors. So, kind of why I had to stick him by Choco Cat over there, which I didn't show his cabin. But My Melody, for example, I placed her in here. And this is the My Melody cabin that I had built recently. And thank goodness for her birthday, you know, because I also shoved in all their birthday celebrations in their cabin instead of making one giant one. But yeah, this is My Melody's cabin with all of her furniture. The only way you can get My Melody furniture that I know of is either through trading with another player or through the treasure hunt. And the treasure hunt, you don't get a new furniture every single day. You have to wait every 3 days, so it is a bit tedious, but as you can see, it's worth it, because look how cute this stuff is! One other idea to do with your cabins that aren't really meant for visitors is a gym, and I didn't really consider this idea at first until the School Scholastic celebration came last year, and then I was thinking, yeah, most vacation spots have a fitness center, right? So why not add one to mine? And good thing is all this furniture will come back, but it's also tradable, and also Kuropi. I have seen Kuropi give away School Scholastic celebration items before. Here's one here. This is my basketball goal room, and as you can see, this furniture makes the room look a lot bigger than it is, which I think is pretty funny. But yeah, this is my basketball room, and once again, what was going through my head was these characters, when I'm not looking, they come in here and play basketball. And that's but yeah, if you notice, that's a repeated theme that I keep saying, like, when I'm not here. That's just, like I said, that's the mentality I have when building these cabins. It's just, I'm thinking of these visitors when I'm not around, that they probably do visit this cabin. But yeah, this is my gym. And I did split it up between two because I felt like the volleyball net was gonna get in the way of basketball players. This is the volleyball net room, and as you can see, not different. I used the same flooring and wall. However, I did add a rock climbing wall. I added some more balls here, random event stand because something needed to go here, and some more bleachers. And golly, I wish these bleachers were, you know, part of the normal furniture. But anyway, probably wondering why I chose Gemstone Mountain. It's just because there's not Gemstone Mountain. I can kind of feel like I can do anything here. There's not a specific theme going on besides, like, dancing. So, I don't know. I usually tend to favor Gemstone Mountain when building cabins. So, one other idea that I do is I have all of, Cinnamoroll's friends on the island, but they're pretty young, right? Like, I do want to make special care to these guys. So, a couple of things I did recently was I built a classroom, which I cannot thank my friend enough for trading me these school desks for this room, because I forgot about those. Didn't grab them for some reason, but they were gracious enough to give me school desks. But not only do I have a classroom, I also have a playroom, and I have a Cinnamoroll room in here, and I'll show you those. But classroom's in here. And of course, this is the back to school School Scholastic celebration furniture. Not super crazy going on in here, but I'm thinking about Cinnamoroll's friends. They need to go to school, right? They're still, you know, they're so cute. They need a little school to hang out in. So this is an idea. Once again, this isn't for any visitors specifically. This is something you could really do for anybody, but I just chose Cinnamoroll's friends to do this for. And of course, my playroom. I'm thinking about Milk mostly when I was building this, but it can be used for pretty much any character, because who wouldn't want a playroom? This is my playroom, and it's just junk everywhere. But what playroom's not? I'm thinking about toys on the floor, just sweets and all sorts of things that I think it worked out nicely. I kind of feel like I might need to redo this room in the future, but right now I am happy with it. And of course, whatever event's going on, decorate a room for that event. You get the furniture, so you might as well use it, right? Well, for the Lifetime Jubilee, I didn't have a specific character in mind that would fit the specific furniture they released. Even though I still love the furniture, I have nothing against the furniture, but I decided to create just themed cabins for that. This is my Lighttime Jubilee room that I created recently, but as you can see, it is solely event furniture, but with, of course, exceptions. However, I didn't have an idea in place for this, but I just think about, why not? Sunblink gave me the furniture, might as well use it, right? But this is what I came up with, and I think right now is the Luck and Lantern celebration. I know it came a bit early, long story, but build a Luck and Lanterns room since it's already out, you know? Like I said, you get the furniture, you might as well use it. And of course, you do receive good stuff in this game, like trophies? Why not display what you have? This is a trophy room. And anybody can make these at any time. All you have to do is just do those courses. Just get the gold trophies. They're pretty easy to get. Take Pom-Pommer in with you. Your life will be easier. But this is my trophy room. And yeah, like I said, why not show off all your trophies while you have them? They're here. Use them. And of course, nobody is stopping you from building a cabin just for funsies. This is actually my character. This character I have right now. This is her room. So yeah, I just went an entirely different vibe here. Purple, pink, and not just pink, but there's always pink. But anyway, yeah, decorate just more houses for yourself. Nobody's saying you can't. Just because the game labels something as your cabin doesn't mean you can't take up more. And just like the trophy room, character collector's hats, that's often something a lot of people don't know what to do with. For me, I decided to create a display room. But yeah, get those character collector hats. They're a pain. But look how great this room turned out. Like, it serves itself as its own trophy room in a way. And of course, I do have cabins full of my favorite things, just in general. This is my fashion room. It doesn't have any sort of theme or anything, but I thought, why not? But Rainbow Reef, this is kind of an odd biome because there's no visitors that have a requirement to be under here, which is dumb. Hongidon does have friends or relatives, but anyway, I just use these kind of as a just why not cabin. But this is my fashion display cabin. Like I said, there is no specific theme in here. These are just kind of some of my favorite outfits that I wanted to showcase. But these clothing stands, they do not need to be bought in the store if you don't want to. You can actually craft these. So don't wait around for them to spawn in your store. Craft them yourself. You know, there's nothing stopping you. It does take a little bit of sticks, but not much. But yeah, this is an idea that I came up with just to utilize my fashion room because my character does not wear all of these outfits. Like this lemon one, for example, my character has never worn this. So guys, that is some ideas for some visitor cabins. This game kind of forces you to think outside of the box a little bit, but like I said, the way I come up with these cabin ideas is I think about, you know, when I'm not here, these visitors, residents, everybody's stuck here, right? They can't leave. So I might as well make some nice cabins for them. But I hope my video helped get some inspiration for any cabins that y'all are thinking about decorating. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, lets me know you are enjoying this content. And I shall see you later. Enjoy the Luck and Lanterns event. It came early. Have a nice day, everybody.